I'm Linda Buser, and this is my son, Michael.
Our farm's located southeast Estacada, about 8 miles out of town, up the Clackamas River drainage.
Our farm has been in my husband's family for 6 generations. My husband's grandfather, George Buser, homesteaded here in the early 1900s. So currently we have the 80 acres. When my husband came along, he was raised by his grandparents. Dan took a real interest in the farm, in the trees, and a lot of it had never been a chainsaw taken to it, no thinning it was ever done. And so we started out thinning trees and making tons of firewood, and I have 4 grandkids all together, and so whenever we're all together, we're out in the woods. Give a place for our grandkids to come out and ride their motorcycles, and I ride mine. And I think our main objective for our farm, for our timber farm, is for our grandchildren to inherit this one day when we're all both gone.
We've done some recent clear cutting that I won't ever see trees taken off it, but that's setting them up to harvest that when the time comes. Our management plan, it's a good roadmap.
Michael and my main goals for this place is to raise healthy, good trees, maintain so they grow well. And we also are very conscious of our deer and our elk, because we have quite a large herd of elk that run through here. I don't care if they eat a tree or two. I mean, I'd rather have the animals. A lot of our timber right now is all marketable. And the foresters have recommended by rights, you really need to clear cut this whole place, but that's a little hard to do. And so we're just doing little sections at a time.
We try to take out anywhere from 3 to 6 loads of logs a year. That pays property taxes, buys equipment, maintenance, chainsaws, whatever need be.
I think our neighbor Lauren and Sylvia Bowman have given us both a lot of guidance.
The technical assistance we have is the logger that we've used to clear cut about 8 to 10 acres, Pacific Forest Products. He's been an excellent resource for questions and what we should do, along with the state forester. Within the last 3 years, we started doing some clear cutting on some plots of land. They were about 4.5, 5 acres each, and the trees were very mixed species. A lot of it was so large that it wasn't gaining any value. We talked to quite a few people, and the best way to manage it was to clear cut it. We clear cut that and replanted with cedar and fir. The hardest thing is when we log for the first time, it's, we've never done that. And, all you hear about is all the taxes you pay, and you're not going to make anything. And you pay a fair chunk, that's for sure. But it's part of managing. It's kind of what we have to do to manage it. We have 2 streams, North Fork of Delph Creek and then Delph Creek. North Fork of Delph Creek is considered as a fish-bearing stream, but it dries up in the summer. Delph Creek itself has a salmon and steelhead run every year that's not large, but it's enough the kids enjoy going down and watching them spawn. It's good to keep that buffer on those 2 creeks like we do. So we worked with the forester quite a bit on that, with getting our basal feet and figuring out where it is and take that line out so we know we don't cross it. I don't think our grandparents and great-great-grandparents realized it then, but they set us up good.
The Riverside fire grew by 2,500 acres overnight to 132,000 acres. Thousands of homes are still being threatened. 33 have been destroyed. It's still 0% contained, and now for the 3rd day in a row, thick smoke is keeping helicopters and
on
air
Labor Day,
the
7th of September, our kids were in Detroit. They left Detroit about, 7 o'clock in the morning, Labor Day weekend, knowing that there was a forest fire. Came home about 11:30 at night. We all got text messages from Clackamas County saying we're level 3, get out. When we left here Tuesday, in the afternoon, the black smoke was literally rolling across my barn. And honestly, did not think it would be here when we got.
The house was about a quarter mile from where they had a fire line held. But from the back of the property was within about 400 yards. Fortunately, that line held and we were saved.
Well, you don't realize how much you appreciate something till we almost lost everything.